So I've had a bunch of ideas for movies over the years, and I've mostly stuck to writing short films. And even writing short films was, in the beginning, it was really hard. But what I ended up doing is I ended up writing a few short films, slowly became more confident at doing that by taking some courses, rewriting, just doing watching a lot of videos and doing a lot of trial and error. And then, yeah, after a while, I wrote enough short films to feel comfortable with writing and storytelling. And I got to the point where I wanted to write a movie. And I've been wanting to write a movie for years. And I have a bunch of different ideas of different movies I want to write. But I haven't actually, I have actually, no, that's not true. I have sat down and I have written a few, at least started writing a few, and brainstorming a few. But I never actually finished one. And I never got past page, like, 20 or 30. Yeah. So, one of my friends, I guess, yeah, I mean, I've always told him, I want to be a screenwriter, and he's actually in the industry, the film industry. I'm not really in the film industry yet. Like, I've volunteered, I've done some different gigs, but I'm not in the film industry. I don't work in the film industry, and I want to be in the film industry, especially as a writer. That's the dream. So he's in the industry as a sound guy, and he says to me, if you want to be a writer, like writers write every day. They write he said if you're not writing for like at least 3 hours a day, then you're kind of kidding yourself. And I said, yeah, I know, but like right now I'm spending time on reading screenwriting books. I'm studying. I said to him the other day, I'm studying screenplays, so I'm actually like just learning that way by just reading screenplays from my favorite writers and from my favorite movies. And he said, "Oh yeah, that's good. That's good." So anyway, so one day we're on the phone, and he challenges me. He says to me, "Joseph, I love you, I accept you, but if you don't write 3 pages today, and send it to me, email it to me, then 3 strikes and you're out." Meaning, it's not a serious thing, like serious threat to like end the friendship or anything. But I think there was some truth to what he was saying, because he was saying like look, uh, we're film friends. We both want to make it in the industry, and I'm putting myself forward. I'm in the industry. I'm working in the industry. I'm stretching myself. I'm being who I acclaim myself to be. And you claim that you're a screenwriter, that you want to be a screenwriter, but are you doing the work to be a screenwriter? That's what he was saying. And he wasn't saying, oh, we're not going to be friends anymore if you don't do this challenge. But he was saying, it's not going to be the same. Like, it's true. If you have a friend who is challenging themselves and growing, and they're in the same industry as you, and you want to work together and you want to do things together, well, a better friend is going to be someone who takes a challenge like that and grows with you. And so I took the challenge, even though I didn't feel ready to write this movie. And I just said, all right, fuck it. I'll do it. I'll do this challenge. And I did. And I wrote the 3 pages. I started the movie. And the next day, he said, good job. That's interesting stuff. Now write another 5 pages and send it to me tonight. And I said, okay. And I wrote the 5 pages. And the next day, he said, good job. Now another 5 pages. And I already knew it was happening. I mean, I was going to write a whole movie. And I wasn't going to stop until I did. And that's what happened. That's what's been happening. I mean, I'm now at page 70, I think, 78. And the movie's not, it'll be like a week before I'm done this first draft. And sometimes you just need that kind of kick in the pants. So anyway, that's the story of how this movie started.